शिव शिव शंभु बम बम बम, बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम बम। हरे गाओ रे ये नामर्दम जब तक है भाई दम में दम, भाई दम में दम, बोल शिव शिव शंभु बम बम बम। प्रलयंग
Namaste, Sitaram, and pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I'm your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharudradip Mandir. And of course, the Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. So we are almost at the end of the Navratri celebrations. Tomorrow is going to be the last session. I would really like to thank all of you who came forward without a moment's hesitation and reserved an evening to come and do puja with us, whether it was in person or whether it was through virtual, through Zoom, where you joined in and you performed prayer on your own murtis at home while we did it here in your name. We want to really thank you for praying with us during this time. So without further ado, we'll get straight into our pravachan with Pandit Ravi Sharma, our spiritual leader. Enjoy.
Om Namah Shivaya. Dear devotees, once again we have gathered here at Maharudradip Mandir to impart some of the teachings that is enshrined upon our Shastras. Tomorrow Navratri finishes. It is called Vijay Dashami. And so we have gone through the Durga Ashtami, we have gone through the Durga Naumi, and where the Divine, she has come in many manifestations, and she has slain those who antagonize the virtuous, those who came to cause conflict amongst devotees. She comes and she removes them. It is said on this auspicious day that after the worship, where the devotee has meditated upon the 9 forms of the Divine in many different names, as she is called, Shri Durga, Shri Lakshmi, Shri Saraswati, Shri Tara Devi, Shri Kalika Devi, Chinnamasta Devi, Chaungsat Yogini Devi, the 64 forms, and so many thousands and thousands of names. It is said that even not only human beings, but it is said that the Devas themselves, they also paid obeisance and they gave victory on this day. It is said that family deity of Bhagwan Krishna was none other than Kula Devi, Shri Ambika Devi, Shri Amba, Shri Jagadamba. Bhagwan Krishna, it is indicated also, he would worship together with his father, Vasudeva, Yashoda, devotees, Nandaji. He would worship with them. And so there is a beautiful text called the Durga Saptashati, in where devotees goes before a saint in which a king has lost all his wealth, a merchant has lost all of his wealth also, and so it is Brahmagyan is instilled. Brahmagyan through the medium of the saint Samadhi. Devotees, the Durga Saptashati is also recited on these particular days, and the Divine. Durga Saptashati are 700 verses that is taken from the Markandeya Puran. How many of us we have heard of this? Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Asho Dehi, Dusho Jahi. These are the verses that comes from the Arga Stotram in the Durga Saptashati, and it becomes a kavacha, an armor or shield for one who recites them. कृष्णेन समस्तुते देवी शाश्वतर भक्त्या ततात अंबिके रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि. Meaning that, O Devi, that those who remember you, those who worships you, certainly you come and you champion their cause. Devotees, there's kilakam, there's kavacha, which means an armor. Kilakam means a key is needed to open a door. Similarly also towards the doorway of the divine, it is said that the keys are needed and the keys are a mantra. The key is our devotion. The key is the knowledge that we learn day after day. Devotees, one comes, try to destroy who he thought was the eighth child. He flung it upon the wall to destroy it, but there emerged the Divine Mother and stated that, O Kans, the one that you wish to slay, he is born. He is going to come as Krishna. The Durga, the Adi Shakti. Adi Shakti means one without beginning, one without middle, one without end. Or the Supreme Consciousness. All that lives, all that moves, it is only through the blessings of Devi Ma. And so, one who has the Devi within them, then they remain in the state of Anand. They remain in the state of bliss. When one is in a blissful mood, then certainly the negativeness of the ego or the false pride can never enter. And so a person will continue to suffer miserably in this world who is devoid of this divine consciousness. And so, in conclusion, we say that may the Divine bless you, may the Divine bless yours, may the Divine take care of all in this world. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Dhatre Swaha Swadha Namostute. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.
गुमान किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे 2 दिन का मेहमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान. किस काम ये तेरी महल तारी, किस काम की जो निकले धूम के सवारे. सोना भी पहने, चांद भी पहने, पहने हीरे मोती, पर ये न समझे बंदे इसमें धरा गया. जो कुछ भी है वो है उसकी नूरानी ज्योति, उसकी नूरानी ज्योति. धन दौलत के चक्कर में, धन दौलत के चक्कर में तो भूला रे भगवान. बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, किस पर करे गुमान. बंदे 2 दिन का मेहमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान. ये दुनिया है ये चल का सपना, सब ही पराइस प्रभु नाम का अपना. धन है माटी, तन है माटी, इस पर क्या इतराना. मान ले कहना ओ दीवानी, सब कुछ छोड़ कर प्रभु नाम की जपना, प्रभु नाम की जपना. अंत समय पछताएगा, अंत समय पछताएगा, जब निकलेंगे जे प्राण। बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, किस पर करे गुमान। बंदे 2 दिन का मेहमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान, बंदे किस पर करे गुमान।
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan, and of course yesterday evening at Rudraaya-Sat-Oct-24-20-7-30-am Mandir we celebrated Durga-Ashtami, and of course the celebration wasn't as grand and with great pomp as we normally do on normal occasions. This year it was a little bit different. But in terms of the puja and the spiritual benefits that we derived, same. And it all goes to say time, place and circumstances. So for those of you who joined in, we thank you and we look forward to this evening's session. We'll now get straight into our health segment with Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon, and today is the 6th and final episode on cancer. Today we are discussing skin cancer. Skin cancer is one of the most common types of cancer, but the majority of skin cancer types are not dangerous and can be treated. There are 3 main types of skin cancers. Basal cell cancer is the most common type of skin cancer and usually appears on skin that is exposed to the sun. Commonly, this is the face, the neck, arms, and legs. Squamous cell cancer is the second most common type of skin cancer in Canada. This type of skin cancer can grow more quickly than basal cell cancer, sometimes over a few weeks or months. It is also seen on areas of the body that is exposed to the sun. The third type of skin cancer is melanoma. This is the most dangerous type of skin cancer, but it is also less common. If not identified and treated, melanoma can invade deeper into the skin and also spread throughout the body. This type of cancer begins in the cells of the skin that gives us our pigment called melanin. It can appear on any part of the body and is also caused by sun exposure. It is easy to miss this type of cancer since it can appear in hard to see areas of the body, such as the back or between the toes or the soles of the feet, or even under fingernails. The key to treating these type of cancers is early detection. Early detection of these skin cancers has a very high rate of survival as they can be removed before they spread throughout the body. What makes the detection of skin cancers difficult is that we all have moles and other skin lesions that are not dangerous. So the question becomes, how can we differentiate between simple moles that are not dangerous and skin cancer? There is a very simple method of monitoring your skin lesions that have been shown to help people detect concerning skin lesions that may be cancerous. This is called the ABCDE of skin cancers. A stands for asymmetry. A simple benign mole is symmetric, while cancerous lesions are asymmetric. If you draw a line down the middle of the lesion, the 2 halves should be the same. If it is not, they are asymmetrical. B stands for border. A simple mole has clear, even borders. Skin cancers tend to have irregular or uneven border edges. C stands for color. Most simple moles are one color, often a darker shade of brown. Skin cancers tend to have a number of different colors and can be various shades of brown, black, blue, or red. D stands for diameter. Common moles are usually small and so have a small diameter size. Melanomas usually are larger in size, usually greater than 6 millimeters. An easy way to measure this is if the lesion is wider than the width of a pencil. E stands for evolving. Common moles look the same over time. They do not change much over the years. Skin cancers tend to grow and change shape or color. If you ever see a lesion or a mole that starts to evolve or change in any way, this needs to be investigated. If you do have a concerning lesion, your physician may do a biopsy sample to determine if it is skin cancer or not. Treatment of skin cancer may range from simple excision of the lesion to more invasive surgeries if it has spread locally. Skin cancer is related to sun exposure, so to reduce your chances of developing skin cancer, you should use sunscreen and protective clothing. And you should avoid getting sunburns, which has been associated with increased risk of skin cancer development. This is the conclusion of our 6-part series on cancer. We began with an introduction on what cancer is, followed by the more detailed discussions on colon cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, and finally skin cancer. I hope this series was helpful to you and increased your understanding of this important health issue. Thank you for joining me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed the health segment as well, and we will get straight into our corporate segment with Kamalji from Lotus Funeral Home.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. Pre-planning a funeral is a very important thing to do. Many people realize during COVID times that things can change in an instant and people's health can change just as fast. At Lotus, we were receiving many calls from nursing homes and from families whose loved ones was at a nursing home telling us that their loved one was not well and we may have to transfer their loved one very soon. Things can change very quickly and families are not prepared. So many decisions have to be made very quickly without much preparation or time involving other family members that are living close or abroad. Death is something that affects everyone at some point in their life. So if that is the case, we should talk about pre-planning and not be afraid of the topic. People avoid this topic for many reasons, and it can be something difficult to discuss. However, the benefits of pre-planning are so important that it should be at least be heard. At Lotus Funeral Cremation Center and at Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, we operate 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Our crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to leave our building in cold or bad weather for cremation. Our crematorium space can have a large group of people to attend the witnessing of the cremation as well. For Hindu families, we can provide all the puja items, including fresh leaves and havan kund. We have large halls that can accommodate large seating to smaller ones. We are centrally located for families in the west and for families from the east. For more information, please contact me from the telephone number on the screen. Thank you for watching and see you next week on Rudraaya. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य फल पाओ, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य फल पाओ। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य फल पाओ। लागे मोह माया न कबहु जगत के, कय सिंधु गुरु जी के चरणन द्यावो। लागे मोह माया न कबहु जगत के, कय सिंधु गुरु जी के चरणन द्यावो। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य फल पावो। रहा हूँ मैं युग युग से स्वामी, मिले ज्ञान आके हरि दर्श पावो। भक्त का रहा हूँ मैं युग युग से स्वामी, मिले ज्ञान आके हरि दर्श पावो। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकावो, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य को पावो। काम क्रोध मद लोभ शत्रु है भारी, गुरु ज्ञान कंग से मार भगावो। काम क्रोध मद लोभ शत्रु है भारी, गुरु ज्ञान कंग से मार भगावो। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकावो, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य को पावो। जन्म जन्म का भाग्य को पावो। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकावो, जन्म जन्म का भाग्य को पावो। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर, गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। अज्ञानं तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। अखण्डं मण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्परं, मंत्रमूलं गुरुवाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा। मंत्रमूलं गुरुवाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा। मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा, मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा।
जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ। जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ। जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी कृपा करो माँ। जगदीश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। जगदीश्वरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ। दया करो माँ, कृपा करो माँ, रक्षा करो माँ। जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ।
रे जी सहर तेरा नाम रे, मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे। ज्योति है यह माया, ज्योति दुनिया ज्योति वंदन, ज्योति है यह माया, ज्योति सास का आना जाना, ज्योति यह काया। ओ यह सांचो तेरे नाम रे, बनवारी रे, जिनकी सहारा तेरा नाम रे, मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे।
My dear viewers, we've come to the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed today's segment. And of course, we're reminding you that yes, Navratri comes to an end tomorrow, but we continue to book private appointments at Maharudradev Mandir for you to come down and meet with Pandit for wellness, for praying, for doing a private prayer in the name of your loved one or yourself. Please do feel free to call Pandit Ravi and book an appointment, because we are open by appointments only and we're waiting to pray with you. So please keep that in mind. And of course, as we celebrated the period of Navratri, during this time, you know, what is uppermost, and especially during this COVID time, is for us to show a little compassion to others. We are in the midst of COVID. We are being taught some valuable lessons from the Supreme. And some of us do understand, and some of us still are not understanding why are we going through this particular period. But it is important during this time to show compassion to others. Remember, there are those that are less fortunate. And, you know, sometimes people often forget what you said. They sometimes forget what you actually do, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Whether it's a phone call, whether it's that time to say, how are you doing? A little compassion goes a long way to uplifting someone. So please keep that in mind. So as we conclude Navratri tomorrow, I wish you Mataji's blessings for a healthy and safe rest of the year. And of course, we are going to be meeting again soon for the celebration of Diwali, where we again will be having a virtual celebration. So my dear viewers, until we meet again next week, have a blessed week. Namaste.
The Lord, all who wishes to behold is your beautiful picture. Totally detaching ourselves from this worldly, whimsical mirage. My desire is to become a devotee of yours, O Lord. Lord, your name will be my most cherished gift in life. Rang mein teri, rang mein giridhar, chor diya jag sara.